before I try this, I'm just going to take my little rasp on the smooth side. I've got just a couple burrs on here that I want to get off to make sure this is going to fit in there. And on this, as I cut these edges, it just rolled the paint up just a little, hardly anything. So I can kind of clean that edge off, clean this 45 edge off. You know, I can't really do that later, can I? I could probably do a test before that, but just gonna do that a little bit. Okay, I haven't tried this yet. I'm kind of anxious to see how this is going to fit. Remember, there's the mark right there. I don't really want that edge to go over, or if it does go over that, I only want it to go over it a little bit. Okay. Push that tight. And you know, it's not going to fit. Almost. It's almost going to fit. It looks like I'm going to have to do some shaving on this. It's kind of a science, you know, and a look-see, because this piece here, maybe I should have trimmed it off ever so little. In fact, because I don't have it nailed yet, remember I told you I thought maybe it could be long? Well, if I trim that off, see if I push that up tight, and I line this up, it looks like it needs to go that way. Oh, at least an 1/8, if not more. Okay? So I can trim this off. Let's trim that off about an 1/8 of an inch and see what we got. I'm glad we didn't nail that just yet, because to shave this off an 1/8 of an inch, I don't really want to set this on the miter saw and try to hold that and cut that. I mean, I'm liable to cut my fingers off at that point, okay? But when it comes to something this small, if you got to cut another piece like this, then I would suggest that. Don't try to mess with something this small and try to cut this again, because this one's not cut, or this one's not nailed. I'm going to cut that off an 1/8 of an inch, and then we'll see how that lines up. Now see, if I would have cut this shorter, it probably still wouldn't have fit, because I would be off at my 22.5 degrees. It might have been a 30 degree angle or something like that, because this has to be pushed back that way. Do you see what I mean? So if I'm lining up that exactly where it's supposed to be, I know it's off. I know it's too long, right? Then it can be pushed back. So that's why we're going to try an 1/8 of an inch. Here's that piece, and I want to cut that off. Now if I wanted to hold this to the left, I'd have to flip it over upside down and get the painted side all on here. Plus this is off my lip, and I could do that and cut that, it's probably fine. Or you could flip it over and hold it over there, kind of like what we did before, and hold that and cut it there. Okay, so that's what I think we'll do. Make that a 1/4 inch. This time I don't think I'm gonna hold the square up there and mark it. I've got that pencil line. I can make that mark up a little bit further. Okay? Because usually the blades can hit about in the middle. to it. Keep it pushed down now. You see what I just did? I did a boo-boo. I sure did. I cut it back at a 45-degree angle, didn't I? I didn't reset my blade to 22 and a half, did I? I just did a boo-boo. Now, did I do that for your benefit? You're gonna have to think about that one. Did I do that just for you? Because when you're using a saw like this, you gotta remember what you're doing. We had to set that blade. We've got it set over at a 45. It's not been set back to a 22 and a half. Was it? Because the very last cut we made was a 45. If you didn't just learn something from there, shame on you. Because that's your learning tip for the day. Be aware of the angle that your saw is at before you make your cuts.